Hey guys, as you might know by now, this is Sean, and I wanted to actually do something like a story video because I was talking about this like in someone's chat the other day. And before I get into like this story, the gameplay you're seeing right now is from my Twitch channel, which is Twitch at Autistic Gamer Sean. You guys can come by. I stream normally like in the mornings and whenever I'm off. The footage right now is from my Overwatch comp, like the first 5 matches with my good buddy Fireball, who is known on Twitch as well as Giant Fireball or Fireball 12 on YouTube. But a long time ago, I was like most people and had a first relationship. I'm not gonna say this person's name, and you'll understand why in a brief moment here. But many years ago, I was in this relationship, and it was alright at first. Like, we cared about each other. We had a lot of great interests. We were both, at the time, we were both really big into Naruto and all that. And everything was going great. And then just, one day, it got really bad. Just like to say, like the version of this, I'm talking about, like, my first ever abusive relationship, I would say. First and only, I'm proud to say, for the time being. But I was with this girl, and we were together for just over a year now when it started going bad. And me having like autism, I never really heard of this concept about abuse in relationships. I've never dealt with it. But I would get hit sometimes by this person, and it also took a toll on me mentally. And one day when it was really bad, I couldn't really feel my right arm. And when I went into theater class later that day, everyone asked if I was alright. And I was like, oh, Christina just hit me, but I'm pretty sure it's normal. And they're like, Sean, that's not normal at all. And I'm just baffled, like, what? What do you mean? And then they had to explain to me that what she was doing was called abuse. And for those of you who don't know, abusive in a relationship is kind of like when you hit someone out of anger, frustration, or just mentally abuse them by saying, oh, you're not good enough, or I'm gonna burn your gifts down. You know, that kind of stuff. It wasn't very pleasant, to say the least. And sometimes it does make it hard to bring up. The reason I want to talk about it, though, is because, like, I feel like no one should have to go through that at all. And you should talk to someone about it. But when I was getting abused, I really only talked to, like, the theater class and some other friends about it. At first, like, later on, after, I mean, before we get to that, the worst thing that ever happened to me was I was hit in a row. Now, I know people are probably, like, somewhat too worse, but for me, I've never dealt with something like this before. It's just a new issue that that's just hard to bring up sometimes. I feel like for guys, it's just very different compared to girls, because I don't know. I just feel like it's a very different side of things when it's a guy getting abused. I mean, I've dealt with abusive relationships for my friends, and I've always talked to them about it because ever since that happened, I became like a couples counselor to them in a sense as well after that. But it was really out of hand back then. And honestly, I don't know why I put up with her for as long as I did. Part of me actually wanted to take her back because I didn't feel like I was good enough for anyone else. And after she and I broke up officially, I met someone else who I'm still dating, by the way, who's by the name of Paige, and we've been together for almost 4 years now. And there are times where this topic does get brought up around, because like I feel like I've been mentally scarred ever since that happened. But thankfully with Paige, not only does she not do that, but she keeps reminding me that I'm a good boyfriend to her and that everything's just going to be okay. I feel like if you know someone who's being abused or know that you are being abused in something, you need to find someone to talk to about this. You shouldn't have to go through that. You're a better person. And they just take it out on you just to like rule over you. It's something you shouldn't have to deal with. You have to be honest with people about it. Find someone you know. Get help. And they'll just say, like, oh, I'm going to hunt you down and blah, blah, blah. You know? That's just all talk. You know? Are they actually going to do it? Probably not. Most likely not. You know? Because, like, they just want to say anything to be with you. Because you have something that they really like. Anyway, moral of the story is, if you're being abused or know someone who's abused, please get help. Because when I had to go through it, it was a really bad time. Especially considering, like, as I've stated before at the start of this, I had no idea what it was because I've never been exposed to that kind of stuff. I do hope you guys enjoyed me talking about, like, a story. I can do this, like, more often, like once a week if you want to. You can let me know in the comments down below. But honestly, if you feel like it, moral of the story, again, get help if you need it. You're a better person than what they make you out to believe you are. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will talk to you all later.